Hey everybody, welcome to character modeling. That's right, welcome to character modeling. Week 7, really great stuff this week. I'm really excited to see what's going on because we just finished our character models with the bodies attached to the head. We've actually done some phonemes, a lot of great things. And now we can start adding detail to these characters and get them ready to walk. And that's really the huge thing. So this week, we're going to start texturing our characters, really getting into using Photoshop and creating those textures through 2D graphics and then applying them to the model and to the different areas that you want them to, and really understanding wrapping. And that's going to be really huge. So yeah, this week we're going to do textures. Going to be a lot of fun and a lot of good days. So if you have some good 2D graphics and painting skills, this is going to be right up your alley. So let's get into it. So just give everybody a heads up. I might be a little late on your grades this week, just because, or just whatever's going on. I am having a son this week on Wednesday, so I just want to make sure everything goes well, so that way everybody's set up. So if I'm a little behind on grades this week, or if I don't get to them right off the bat, that's totally my fault. I understand. Just want to make sure that you know what's going on in my life. I'll also let you know through messages and keep you updated of what's going on. That way everybody knows. So yeah, so this week we're going to be adding textures, really adding deformation, all these really in-depth graphics to really add that detail to your characters, and that's going to really play a part with everything. So that's what we're going to focus on today, and that's really what we're going to work on. So I'm really excited to really bring this to you, and now we can start really adding texture, hair, and colors to everything, and that's where we can start implementing more detail to the characters. So yeah, textures is really just paint for models, and without such aspects like eyebrows, skin, blemishes, scars, different types of markings, you really can't move further than what you think. So you got to keep this in mind that models lose their lifelike ability if they don't have these details. And they kind of turn into these 2D representations that are not really what they are. So it's really important that we bring them out in exterior programs like Photoshop or Illustrator, and then port them over into Maya or 3ds Max so we can put them onto the actual model themselves. And these colors are really painted onto a flat plane a lot of times. It really works out better if you do it this way and really kind of make it that aspect. Now, applying these things, usually you can do this individually with each plane. It takes a lot of time though, but what we can do is do normal mapping or UVW mapping. And it works like regular textures, but it has coordinates where you can basically cut and create seams on your model to kind of unwrap them and create all these different coordinates to really place all these textures where they are. And to cover a 3D model with UVW maps are attached to vertices to properly cover every single area. So that way we can do this fast and not have to keep doing it individually piece by piece. And that can be really time consuming, right? So you have to consider these elements before you start unwrapping is what type of texture we're going to create. Is it symmetrical or not? And can it be able to wrap around when you apply them to the flat areas of the cuts when you start creating the seams. Also, how many mapping pieces should we create to maximally get rid of the joints when stitching these pieces together? Because you definitely want to cut them where the joints are at a lot of times, like the forearm, the hand, the actual upper arm, and just leave those points out. That's a good example there. Also, you need to also understand how to better separate the pieces depending on the specifics of the model and its texture, because different models might have different seams and cuts based on what is offered. So you have to keep that in mind. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Just kind of give you an intro on what we're getting into and some texture. So if you have any questions, let me know about that. I got your back. I'll try and answer you as quick as I can this week. It's going to be a busy week, so just give everybody a heads up. Yep, Baby Mro coming on Wednesdays. That's a thing. Yeah. So anyway, let's further on. Let's talk about your assignments. That way you kind of know what's going on. So this week, good news. Not too many assignments this week. So you just have a discussion, and then the first part of your character turnaround, or for your character textures. Keep in mind with your character textures that it's your first pass, so it's much like when we did the character body and the character head and the character bust, that it's just going to be, we're going to do some passes. But for the rest of the assignments this course, you're going to be doing only 2 passes instead of 3. So I'm going to be looking for like 50% completion after that. Same thing like when we get to the rig and the skinning of the model and everything that goes about that. So it's all going to tie together. So please make sure that you stay ahead of your assignments, because from here on out, we're probably going to have like 2 course projects every week, because you'll be finishing the texturing, starting the rigging. You'll be finishing the rigging, starting the skinning. You'll be finishing the skinning, and then you'll start animating. So it's like you're starting one, and then once you end that one, you're going to be starting another one that week. So make sure you stay ahead of everything so that way it's good to go. So for this week, for your discussion, you do have a discussion in your first part of your textures. This is actually a cool discussion. So what I want you to do is just find a really cool tattoo piece out there. It could be anything, as long as it's professional. Just make sure you don't do anything graphic, like too graphic or too unprofessional at this point. So pick one that's is really cool and intricate, and just post that. And what I want you to do is, on your other classmates' posts, I want you to create a story based off of what that tattoo might be represented for that person that got it. So I would like you to build a story that's like 2 paragraphs in length for your reply posts. I would like 2 of these, would be great. And just take a look at the body art that they choose, and really try to find out why the person chose that piece of art style to put on them, and what are the reasons behind that. Create that story, and that would be really cool. So yeah, for your first initial post, all I have to do is just find a really cool tattoo piece that's professional and not too graphically out there, and then just post that on your discussion for Tuesday. And then for your reply post, do 2 reply posts that you can create your own story based upon what you see from your other students. So that it's a really cool discussion. I'm really excited about that. All right, sweet. That's for your discussion post. And then for your course project, again, this is the first checkpoint. So this is checkpoint 1. Note that these checkpoints from here on out are just only going to have 2 weeks for each one. So 1 week is 50%. Next week is going to be fully textured. Everything should be there. So I'm looking for about 50% completed of textures. If you want to send me the project file, I'm okay with that now, because now you can start sending me the project files and the images themselves, because I'd like to see a rendered image of what you've done completed, which really helps me out, kind of see where you're at in progress. So that really kind of helps me out. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Really excited to see what you got, and really excited to see how far you can go with them. So 50% textured for your model. I'm looking forward to that. And that's all I got. So be safe, have fun, enjoy. I'll keep everybody heads up of what's going on with me this week, so that way if you need to get a hold of me or if something happens, I'll let you know. But that's all pretty much. Let's have some fun with this and really start texturing and bringing these models to life. It's going to be great. All right, everybody, be safe, have fun, enjoy. I'll let you know what's going on, and should have an announcement by me at the end of the week. Should have your grades closer toward the end of the week as well. All right, everybody, be safe, have fun, enjoy. I'll see everybody later. Have a good one.